Looks like we made it. I do believe it is 11:11. Yay. Ding, ding, ding of success for us. Hi. Happy Monday. That's what it is where I am. Whatever day and time it is where you are, it's a perfect time to check in with the breath, with the body. Let go of some stress, maybe. Shake some stuff off. Let it roll off the back. I'm here on the floor today because the heater's right there and it's a little bit of a chilly day. It's starting to warm back up here in Albuquerque. But I thought I would take a couple minutes, check in with myself, do a little deep breathing, a little relaxing, a little letting go of stress on my personal path of wellness and healing, and invite you to join me if you feel like it, to whatever degree feels good in your body. My favorite quote this week is, "Wellness is a process, not a destination." And I like to remind myself of that frequently. It's all about showing up consistently and realigning, resetting, letting go. Yes, I think we tend to accumulate stress. Stresses happen, and it's important to take regular time to check in regularly. Do a little stretching, a little deep breathing, a little letting go, a little aligning with the earth and the sky. I'm going to take a breath or so to do that, just focusing in on my sits bones and straightening the spine, aligning with the center of the sky somewhere. Checking in with the smile and pushing the chin back so the ears are over the shoulders. Check those shoulders a little. Shoulders should be over the hips. If you're standing up, the hips could be over the ankles. And that reminds me, might as well come into a little bit of a squat position just to keep things fun and alive. Keep myself on my toes. Tearing out my work pants here. I like to practice pushing onto those heels using the elbows on the knees, and can push palms to get a little extra torque there, and just enjoy a little deep stretching there through the torso. That feels really good for me in the shoulder, neck, chest area. Again, you listen to your body and do what feels good to you. Enjoy a little more deep twisting there. For me, feels good. And I'm going to come back to a seated position. I'm going to sit back a little so I will try to talk loud enough that you can hear me. Again, settling into those sits bones. I'm going to lift the arms and bending from the hips. That's below the waist. So if I say put your hands on your hips, even in the seated position, you probably put them on top of your hips right here. But I'm talking about the bottoms of the hips, where the legs come in, aiming my chin for my toes, pulling those toes back a little bit. You can use the hands on the legs for a little bit of a pull this direction. And just warming up with a moderate forward fold. And then I'm going to round the spine and just relax into that, aiming my forehead for my knees. Just collapsing towards the knees. And then pulling all of that up. Again, aiming chin for toes. Pulling a little bit on those legs for torque. And really trying to relax the belly, same as I do when I'm in a standing forward fold, only different because I'm sitting. And then again, rounding the spine, just collapsing forehead toward knees. And one more more time, pulling a little bit deeper, still relaxing through the belly and the back, relatively straight back, aiming chin for toes, using hands on those legs. Move those legs around a little bit for variety, change that stretch up, and I like to pull just slightly back in those toes. And then collapsing again, rounding the spine, forehead for knees, and I'm going to just roll on up, come into a seated position, nice and long and strong again, pulling from the sky through the spine. Bend these knees and come back into that squat position just so I can see if I can tear my work pants a little bit more. Don't forget to sing my life, sing your life if you feel like it. 'Tis the holiday season, no less, but also I try to sing my life all the time. I know, maybe that's too much for you, and that's okay with me. I'm going to do just a little bit of up and downness, putting my hands down, raising the hips, putting the hips back down. I'm going to do that just a couple times. I know my camera is still this way. One more forward fold, shaking out the shoulders, and coming back into that. Ooh, we're getting good rip. Good rip on the knee there. Let's come back into a seated position and do a little more checking in with these arms. Oh, got some chunks there. Just wiggling that around. Wiggle around the wrist. Wiggle around the shoulder. Wiggle that back and forth. Just get a nice stretch through there. A little circle. Let's go 2 circles. Shaking that out. Let's go the other way. Wiggling that around. Let's start with circles on this side. Got a lot of tension and stagnation in there. So just inviting it to dissipate. Get a little more in flow. Let's wiggle that wrist around and that shoulder around. And back and forth. Again, just loosening that whole shoulder girdle and arms up, inviting stagnation and stuckness to dissipate. Let go. Let's do some little circles with the little bones of the hands. I hope you are remembering to give yourself a little self-care, whatever that means to you today. Maybe it's just listening to your body a little bit. Let's do some shoulder rolls for good measure. Good time to mention there's not one way. Shoulder rolls, I do try to show up consistently, set times and routines. And still, I find for numerous reasons, internal and external, those routines and goals get shaken up and moved around, and hence why I come back around to my favorite quote of the week: wellness is a process, not a destination. So, good job to you. Put your hands in the air, turn your hands around, pat yourself on the back. Happy Monday, happy day. Happy lifetime to you. It's good to see ya. It's good to be seen. Till next time. Ciao.